What up, people? Wednesday, Kamari Ellis here. Welcome to the Finance Rebel Show. Every Wednesday, we talk about money. I answer your money questions live. This week is no other. No changes here. But as always, I usually like to come prepared, talk about a couple of things. But there's some folks who are already in the chat, at least on the IG stream. All right, on the IG stream, asking some questions. So we already started off with a bang. I got a couple other things I want to talk about as well. But we'll talk about some Bitcoin or some crypto hackers, right? Because there's a lot going on out here. Crypto, AMC reported, in the infrastructure bill. I don't know if y'all saw it, but $1 trillion bill got passed at the Senate, not the Senate and the House of Representatives, but just the Senate. But that's a good kind of, I don't know, marker, right? That they're going to get that thing passed pretty quickly. So as always, we're getting ready to get started. Go ahead and throw your comments, your questions, your concerns in the chat. And as I do every Wednesday, I will answer them live. I know we got a couple of questions here. I'm getting ready to get going. But it looks like y'all got questions already. And I got some stuff to go over. But give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me share out to some of the spots here on the socials, and we'll get ready to go. So I'll answer some of the questions up front, and then I'll postpone or hold off on some of the stuff I had prepared already. But let's see. I always have a hard time sharing from Facebook for some reason or another. But I'm sure y'all don't care about none of that. That's my business, right? Well, I don't think I can do it for some reason. I always have problems sharing on Facebook. When did I start buying BTC? All right, so let's start with your first question, Tawanda. All right, so Tawanda B over on Instagram has the question asking me, how much faith do I have in Bitcoin? Now, I know some of y'all think I'm a Bitcoin hater. I am not. I'm just an agnostic, right? Agnostic means it can go either way. I don't care. My thing is, let's make money. Let's build wealth. So how do we build wealth? Bitcoin is here. Bitcoin isn't going anywhere. I have faith in Bitcoin from, I don't know, it's an asset, right? It's an asset. So I believe it will act just like any other asset. Some days it'll go up, some days it'll go down. Some months it'll go up, some months it will go down. Some years it will go up, and some years it will go down. The question really is can you, do you have the proper asset allocation? I guess is what I'm saying, right? And so if you're I wouldn't suggest anybody put all of their money into Bitcoin, right? Now, if we're talking again from a purely asset allocation standpoint, I would say maybe 5%. So if you got $100,000, I would say take 5,000 and put into Bitcoin. This is not investment advice, but this is just how I would look at it from a portfolio makeup, portfolio build out standpoint. I wouldn't be trying to put all of your money into Bitcoin. I know a lot of people are what's the word? Man, I'm losing my words. They're all in on Bitcoin. They're all in on Bitcoin. That's cool. I get it. But most people can't afford to be all in on Bitcoin. So ask yourself, Bitcoin went from $60,000 down to like 29,000. Now it's back up to 45,000. And the last, I want to say 6 months, that's pretty volatile. So if you need it for savings, I wouldn't use Bitcoin for savings. I would, however, use it for more of a long-term type hold. Again, this is not investment advice. Before you decide to buy anything, sell anything, make sure you talk to your investment advisor and or tax professional as well. All right, so Bitcoin is just a thing to me, right? When did I start buying Bitcoin? I buy Bitcoin through drips and drabs, through my Cash App account. I'll be honest though, I'm more interested in buying stock. Um, so some would say I'm biased, and that's cool, but that's how I feel about it. Charlie Philly's in the building. How are you? How are you? Interestingly enough, there are some new regulations that are coming through with this new infrastructure bill. So it's going to be pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. So Wanda, have you started buying Bitcoin? Now, y'all ask me questions, but I like to ask questions in return too. I like to have a full-on conversation with y'all. Even having some of y'all come on sometimes with me. Charlie, what you invested in these days? I know you love crypto. Jose, what about you? Stacy? I know Don Johnson's in the building. How are you, Don? Somebody do me a favor. I can't share any of my stuff on Facebook. So could somebody just share the stream to my personal page for me and just tag me in it? I would appreciate it kindly. Kindly. Okay, yes, with the advice of your son. I'm very new to BTC. Why do you like Bitcoin? What's alluring about it? What do you find attractive about potentially investing in Bitcoin? All right. So any other questions? Any other questions? I thought I saw something else in there. Oh, okay. Jose's having some problems with his E-Trade and TD Ameritrade account. They want you to buy the stock on their platform, I see. Okay. All right. All right. So folks, every Wednesday we are here. We are here live on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. At some point, I'm going to start broadcasting live on LinkedIn, Twitch, all the platforms. I just haven't gotten there yet. But tonight, it's you and I, me and you. I'm talking about this thing we call money, this thing that helps keep the lights on at night, keep food on the table, and keep the heart, and to keep, my daughter's on. Hey, you changed your name. Okay. Hi, Chani. But what do y'all have questions about so far? Let's check in with the folks over here on YouTube. So everybody wants to talk about Bitcoin, crypto tonight. All right, cool. All right, so Tamika Washington asks, what crypto do you recommend now? I don't really recommend any crypto now. I'll say this, right? Because this isn't investment advice. I would say look at the two biggest cryptos, because there are some good crypto and there's some trash crypto. All crypto is not created equally, right? And before you start to invest in crypto, please read up on the crypto. Find out what the purpose of the crypto is. Don't just buy crypto just because everybody else is buying. All right, because that's how a lot of people get hurt. Yes, Tawana. So Tawana says it's been around the longest in terms of coins. Yes. So Bitcoin has been around the longest in terms of coin. Bitcoin is also the biggest right now. So a lot of people like Bitcoin. All right. And so Jose says, I'm in quite a few cryptocurrencies. Okay. So Tamika, I would say look at, again, the two biggest are Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's what I would look at. It's easy to buy these days. It's easy to invest in. Rather, it's pretty easy to invest in these days. You can start with $1 on Cash App. You can even buy, I want to say Ethereum on Venmo. What's the other platforms? Gemini and Coinbase. I'm almost certain all of them take fractional shares. All right, so Charlie says she's laughing, LOL. Sheep, Doge, ETH, which is Ethereum. Can't seem to get my XRP. I tried when it was 0.16 or 16 cents. Okay. Charlie also says, got to pay attention to who's working with who before investing. I do jump on some meme crypto too. Why? Why do you jump on the meme crypto? Dogecoin is trash. I know there are others as well. But I mean, do y'all look at it as gambling, or do y'all look at it as investing, like real investing? How do you look at your purchases, your investments in Bitcoin? What platform? I don't know if you just heard me, but yeah, sorry. I just answered that. I didn't even know you asked that question, Tamika. So yes, those are all the platforms you can get crypto on. Again, Cash App, Venmo. I think I even saw PayPal is allowing you to buy crypto on their platform now. Gemini, Coinbase. There's quite a few out there. Quite a few. All right. So listen, everybody. This is financial. I'm saying that my name of my show wrong. It's the Finance Rebel Show. I am Kamari Ellis. Every Wednesday we do Wealthy Wednesdays, where I answer your money questions live. Stocks, taxes, business, real estate, whatever you want to talk about, it's up for grabs here. So go ahead and throw your questions in the chat, and I will respond. While we're waiting, let's go ahead and talk about it. All right. The Senate passed the infrastructure bill yesterday. I talked about it a little bit yesterday in the Finance Rebel Academy over on Facebook. So if you are around, go ahead and join the Finance Rebel Academy on Facebook. All right. I'm in there a lot, not as much as I would like to. I'm going to be in there a lot more. But yesterday, I went live in there talking about the infrastructure bill, just going over some of the points. Very, very interesting. Again, the Senate has passed it. There's two parts of Congress, right? You got the House of Representatives and you have Senate. So one chamber of the Congress has passed the bill for right now. And now we're waiting on the House of Reps to sign off on it and then send it over to President Biden. All right. We all know it's not going to stay the same, more than likely. However, the Democrats were able to persuade there's 16 or 19 Republicans to get on board with this bill. So that's a good thing. They're starting to work together, allegedly, right, for right now. And so we'll see what happens going forward in the future. So some House folks may balk, some may not. But there's a lot of things coming down the pike. Let me see. Where are my notes at? So I know there's over 500 billion of that 1.2 trillion that's going to be spent on roads, bridges, physical infrastructure, and also broadband as well. They also are going to spend some money on electric buses. Also, they're going to spend some money on EV charging stations. And to me, that's one of the big things throughout that whole bill that I think is going to be big. They're only going to allocate about 7.6 or 7.5 billion in electric vehicle infrastructure build out, right? Basically building charging stations across the country so we can get more drive time out of these electronic vehicles, because many of them can't go that far. Some can, some can't, most can't, right? So the solve for that is just like driving your regular old gas car, your gasoline vehicle. If you're driving a couple hundred miles, a couple thousand miles, you have to stop for gas every so often. I drove cross country in 2017. So I drove from Pennsylvania to Arizona and back with my dad. It was definitely a good experience. An experience with me and my dad. A very interesting time. But we stopped pretty often. Probably every 300 or 400 miles we had to stop and get gas. So gas goes quick when you're doing those kind of trips. All right, gas goes quick. So to get these electric charging stations is going to be a big thing, and I think that's definitely a big push for some of the companies that's there. So that's going to be a great opportunity for many to invest in. I'm going to do a breakdown on that, where I think the best money should go, or where the best investment, where the best opportunity the best investment opportunity for your money is. All right. All right. So Charlie said, "Oh, Charlie, we want to put these numbers out here now. Listen, this is a public show. So Doge may be 50K for a $200 investment, but here's the question: did you cash out? I know a lot of people that made bread on Doge didn't have the discipline to cash out. And yes, it's gambling outside of paying attention to which banks are actually accepting and working with, same with stablecoin. All right. Just got my first NFT, trying to learn them. Yeah, I'm really interested in NFTs. For those who don't know, NFTs are like digital art, and you buy them with some type of crypto. So they're very interesting. Very interesting. All of our Walmarts have charging stations down here. Okay. Yeah, they're coming more, but they're still not in plentiful abundance. Oh, so Charlie, you cashed out. All right, Charlie. So can I borrow a dollar, Charlie? You hit that 50. Can I borrow a dollar? Now, Charlie, make sure you pay your taxes. Right? Now, yes, and you have to pay taxes when you make profit on your cryptocurrency. And there is a big change. There's a portion of the bill, of this new infrastructure bill, that actually talks about taxation in crypto. So one of the things they're doing is they're making the brokers responsible for sending out profit and loss statements, so that people like me, tax guys like me, who do taxes for folks and fix tax problems, can properly report crypto profits and or losses. I know a lot of folks don't like, or a lot of folks love crypto because of the anonymity, but the IRS is onto the trail, and Caesar wants what's due to him or her. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful about that. The IRS is definitely like a hound on a scent right now. So let's see. I see there's another question. Give me 1 second. Pull it up. So while we're waiting, go ahead and throw your questions in the chat. All right. Karen says, well, first of all, welcome, Karen. What insight do you have on crypto taxes? Oh, just talking about crypto taxes. Didn't even see your question. Example, trading and holding. So crypto taxes are just like stocks or just like real estate. Crypto, I don't care if it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, any other crypto that you want to name and throw out there, right? If you buy crypto, and let's say you brought Doge at, I don't know, sounds like Charlie brought Doge at 5 cents. Doge then went up to like 70 cents. And she sold out. She cashed out. She got the bag. Well, guess what? Charlie has to pay taxes on the difference between the 5 cents that she paid for it and the 70 cents that she sold for it. So in between there's about a 65 cents gain. Now, I'm not going to repeat what Charlie says she made, but more than likely she's going to have a considerable tax bill. So I hope, Charlie, that you are paying estimated taxes up front, so the IRS doesn't come knocking on your door later on when tax season rolls around in 2022. But Karen asked again, what insight do you have? So I would plan it out just like anything else. I would report it. The IRS is they're not totally up to speed, but they are getting up to speed very, very quickly on crypto. All right. So I would report everything, so you don't have to worry about anything later on when they find out. And the IRS has a lot of they have a lot of the broker information, the account information, the account holders information. So I wouldn't dilly dally. I wouldn't mess around with it. I would pay the tax on it ASAP. Karen, it sounds like you made some money in crypto. Now, just to be clear, if you buy crypto and you hold it, meaning you didn't sell, you didn't make a profit and or have a loss, you don't have to worry about paying any taxes on it because there's no gain. The gain only happens when you sell. That's when it happens, when you sell. All right. So let's see. Any other questions? Any other questions folks got? All right. So listen, the infrastructure bill is going to be a big deal. It's going to be a big deal. And there's going to be more to come. It seems like Biden's trying to get this one through, and then he's trying to come through with some other things down the pike later on. So it's going to be a big deal. A big deal. Now, I'm sure somebody's going to ask me about AMC. So AMC stock is running. They just reported earnings, or rather a loss. They keep losing money. But the Reddit army is still buying the stock. They still have faith in it. And when you look at it again, they're not making any money. Um, I was looking on some of the reports and saw some of the analyst reports. It's it's pretty meager. It's pretty meager in my opinion. So here, let me pull this up on the screen real quick. Talk about AMC. Folks love it. Folks love it. I don't get it. Well, I do get it, right? Because there is a difference between making money in the stock and the business of the company actually making money. And oftentimes they can be dislocated, right? But at some point in time, everything's going to catch up. Everything's going to catch up. Well, here's a headline. Dogecoin investors look to get on radar of AMC chief. Interesting. Interesting. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's see here. Here's a good one. Here's a good one. Let me pull this up on the screen real quick. Still don't have my setup quite like I want it just yet, like my other setup, but we're gonna make it do what it do. I am options trading. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Anavar Studio, Anavar Studio. Hope I said your name right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so let's talk about AMC real quick. AMC stock surges to extend streak of post earnings gains. I just find this so funny. All right, so AMC shares of AMC's holdings rallied 8.6% in pre-market trading on Tuesday. So we're looking 2 days ago. And so it's funny. Again, they reported on Monday. I love how they report this stuff. A narrower than expected second quarter loss. Now they lost money. Their business is not making money. So I like how they make it all flowery and sound pretty and stuff. All right. So Weber's analyst Alicia Reese reiterated her neutral rating and $7.50 price target. Well, that's a far cry from what AMC is trading at right now. AMC is at like 31.55 right now. So they're expecting at Wedbush analysts, not really big on analyst ratings, but we're just using it today because they wrote in an article that it's going to fall. And so they don't see a whole lot of value in AMC. But the rest of the meme stock crew, the Reddit crew, they love it. All right. So I know AMC is up like several hundred percentage points year to date. So hold on one second. Let's pull up the chart real quick. While we're waiting, be sure to go ahead and throw your questions in the chat. Any questions you might have, go ahead and throw them in the chat as I pull this up. I will put it on the screen. My apologies to everybody who's watching or who can't watch the screen, right? Those who are on Instagram, those who are watching the replay or listening to the replay on the podcast. My apologies. Oh, what a gap. What a gap. So here, oops. Let's share this out. Give me 1 second, folks. Now, Jose, that's interesting. So Jose says, while I pull up the chart, Jose says Caterpillar, which he's referring to, is my focus with this infrastructure bill. And I'm guessing Jose is looking at CAT because there will be big road and bridge work. And CAT built all of the big bulldozers and trailers, all the heavy earth moving type equipment. So yeah, I could see that being a good play. But I'm wondering, what is the best play? Or what is one of the best plays? I mean, obviously anything with CAT, we still have a bunch of construction going on in this country and various developed nations around the world. It's still going to be viable. They're still going to make money. But I'm wondering where the real bang for your buck is going to be. So let's pull this up real quick. Just wanted to look at the chart for AMC. Now, yeah, I know I don't talk too heavy about charting on the show, because to me, charting is more of a intermediate to advanced level type thing. I'm more about the basics here. So let me know if everybody can see that. So AMC closed at, again, 31.97. All right, that one analyst said that they see the target as $7.50. Again, $7.50. That's a far cry. So you have to ask yourself, well, when was the last time AMC was like $7? And so it was in that $7 range back in February of 2021. And since then, it has jumped immediately. Now, the chart that I have up on the screen is a monthly chart. Just looking at the prices within a month, within a 30-day period. And so here you see the chart for April, the chart for May, or I should say the candle for April, the candle for May, June, and July. So we saw a fall a little bit. Now, again, earnings came out that they lost money. They didn't lose as much as the street expected. The street always plays this game, and we've talked about this before, where the analysts will expect one thing, and the companies oftentimes will deliver something else. And whatever it may be, if they disappoint, usually the stock price will fall. If they do better than expected, the stock price will increase. Here, they delivered less than better results, and the stock still jumped. Now, I'm going to switch here from a monthly chart to a daily chart, because you'll be able to see the stock movements a little bit better day to day on a daily chart for what we're looking at. Monthly charts are better for looking at trends, like overall trends, long-term trends. Daily charts are better for kind of looking at some swing trades, sometimes some day trades. It just all depends on what you're doing. And it switched out on me. That's not what I wanted. That is not what I wanted. So oops. Juniors, what's up, son? How you doing? What's up, Jack? How are you? You working out today, Jack? See, you trying to get summertime fine. All right, so here is the daily chart here. All right, so AMC's running up. Well, after the negative earnings, they ran up a little bit. But it looks like right now they're kind of sideways and trying to figure out what they're trying to do. They've been running sideways since about July 21st. Now, you all here, let me make sure everybody can see this. Can everybody see this? Let me know if you can see this. I'm looking at the chart, the daily chart for AMC since they reported this week. But you go back and you look at June 2nd, we've seen a big jump here. Seen a big jump here. Jumped up to almost, what was it? Ooh, oops. Sorry, y'all. Hit the wrong button. I got to get my mouse back. But it jumped up to 72 bucks. So AMC jumped up to $72.62. All right. And then since that time, it's been drifting a little sideways, and then it started to fall. In July, it started to fall. And then now we're at 35 bucks. I don't know. I'm staying clear of all these meme stocks. They're good for some short-term trades, but I don't have short-term trade money. And I tell y'all, I don't really talk about short-term trades on the show because I feel that we need people who have better fundamental basic skills as it comes to the stock market. See, a lot of people want to jump in, do all the sexy stuff, but the real wealth, the real growth is in the long term. That's been proven time and time and time again. So any other questions? Any other questions? All right, so Jose says he's focusing on CAT. If you do have questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat. All right. So Jose says, not sure where best bang for your buck will be. I'm going to be looking at the financial sector and companies that are most likely to be direct beneficiaries of this infrastructure bill. Okay. So broadband, who's best in line to get money from them or make money there? Telecom, your AT&Ts, your Sprints, T-Mobile, whatever their name is now, right? Verizon, they're going to benefit from 5G. Not sure if they're the best beneficiaries, but they're going to benefit. All right, EV, electronic vehicle charging stations. Where you got Blink and a few others. I want to do a deep dive on some of those because I like that space. I think that space is going to take some time to build that space out. And I don't think everything is quite priced into the market. When I say priced into the market, meaning that investors have already started to make their move and position themselves into the stock. There's some positioning going on, no doubt. And you can see that in a lot of companies. But I don't think that the total move is there or been done. Meaning that there's still profit to be made for the long haul. For the long haul, there's still profit to be made for the long haul. All right, so who else has questions? Who else has questions? Anybody? Oh yeah, I meant to talk about the crypto hacker that stole like 600 M's, but ironically gave some of the money back. So I always look at this, right? They say crypto is impervious or can't be stolen or it's immutable because of blockchain, which is true. But all the stuff that kind of happens in the middle, a lot of times makes it open to be stolen. Now, it's not that cut and dry. But it still makes me wonder just how safe everything is versus how safe everybody perceives it to be. So, well, here's another article real quick. This is another one I wanted to talk about because, again, a hacker went in, stole the money, and then said they're going to give it back because they don't really care about money. They just did it because basically it was something to do. Let's see. All right, so the Wall Street Journal reports that. One second, wrong. All right, crypto hackers stole more than 600 million from a DeFi network, then gave some of it back. I mean, like, you can't make this stuff up, y'all. You can't make it up at all. Like, who steals 600 million and gives it back? I guess it's like a digital Robin Hood type thing. All right, so hackers stole cryptocurrencies worth more than 600 million from Poly Network, a decentralized finance or DeFi platform, and one of the largest crypto heists of recent years. In surprise turn, however, stole the money, then returned over 1/3 of the pilfered. They're using the fancy SAT words. 1/3 of the pilfered assets. Poly Network, which uses digital assets for lending and other financial transactions, disclosed the hack in a series of tweets posts on Tuesday. I guess Twitter is the new PR. It's actually been the PR for quite some time. Blockchain security company Slow Mist estimated that the stolen cryptocurrency was worth over $610 million at the time. The hackers made away with the digital currency, including Ether and tokens backed by Bitcoin, as well as Tether, a coin designed to mimic the value of the US dollar. And the Shiba Inu coin. So that's the one, the Shiba, I always say it wrong. The Shiba Inu coin, that's the one that Charlie said that she had earlier. I don't know if she's still on, but that's pretty interesting. A novelty spinoff of the joke cryptocurrency, Dogecoin, inspired by the Shiba Inu breed of dog. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Poly Network said Wednesday that assets worth $260 million have been returned. Like how though? Like did they like walk up to the door and place a note up there and just say, here's your digital currency back? I mean, how do you just take back 260 though as well, right? 260 million. That's a lot of money. In a series of lengthy questions and answer posts about the heist on a blockchain account used to hijack the funds, the purported hacker or hackers claimed that they were always planning to return the funds. So my question is, if you planned on returning the funds, why did you only return 260,000 instead of the full 610? Excuse me, 260 million, right? They returned 260 million. However, they haven't returned the full 610 million and they stole. So like, are they playing around with the money? Are they trying to layer the transactions? Are they trying to cover their tracks? Like, this is very interesting to me. Don't understand the logic, but maybe we'll get more of it as the time comes. Now, if y'all remember, right, the big pipeline got caught up in a hack, and they charged this crazy ransom not too long ago. So, and supposedly some of that was returned or recovered via some kind of cryptocurrency as well. I find a lot of it. I don't know. I mean, the times are changing. The times are changing. But it just seems like some of the stuff is like straight out of like James Bond movies, and just made up. So all right. So let's see what's Jose. Jose's chiming in again. Let's see what he's got. All right. All right, we got that one. Rebel Scooters has just introduced their rideshare program with Tesla in New York this week. Drivers are employees with benefits. This may shake something up with Uber and Lyft in the future. That is Revel, not Rebel. Yep. I saw it. I didn't really look at it though. I saw the blurb. Eva, how are you? How are you? How are you? So yeah, I mean, times are changing. You got to stay up to date. There's still going to be a lot of profit and money making opportunities, but you just gotta keep your ears tuned and your eyes glued to everything that's changing and moving. And there's going to be a lot more moves and a lot more change over the next days, weeks, and months. So keep your eyes on the prize, y'all. Keep your eyes on the prize. So if there's no more questions, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. So last call. Any questions you might have, go ahead and throw them in the comments or chat. Standing here, standing by. But if no one has any comments or concerns, commentary, questions, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Listen, you could always find me in the Finance Rebel Academy on Facebook. Just do a search for Finance Rebel Academy. There's a couple of questions you got to answer, right? Because I'm always trying to filter out the bots because the bots are everywhere right now. But go ahead and answer the questions. There are like 3 really simple questions just to make sure it's a human being actually answering the questions we're going on. And there, ask me questions. start conversations, and we just talk about money all day, every day. All right, folks, this has been another episode of Wealthy Wednesdays, powered by the Finance Rebel Show. We'll be back next week, same time, 8 p.m., same channel, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So, folks, I will see y'all. I'm always humbled that you're here. Gracious, thankful, and I will see you all next time. Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.